Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance.
Check out Kristen's new website, magicaljourneysvacations.com, for all your vacation needs. Disney, Universal, cruise lines, and more.
Thank you for traveling with us.
magicaljourneysvacations.com. Have her book your magical vacation today.
WDW After Dark, now loading.
WDW After Dark. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. Starring Jeff Davis, Al Jonko, Kristen Hetzel, and Eric Allen. WDW After Dark is live and uncensored. Call the hotline at 410-98-WDW-AD. Follow us on Facebook at WDW After Dark Webcast and Twitter at WDW After Dark. Headline news, Disney food, video games, Marvel and Star Wars. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. And now prepare yourself for WDW After Dark.
Welcome one and all to WDW After Dark, your adult webcast for Disney fans. We do this thing every single week, and typically we do it on Tuesday. Today we're changing it a little bit, doing it on a Wednesday. We are broadcasting live on Blab. We're going to YouTube, also going down the download route with iTunes and Stitcher Radio. So we appreciate everybody liking and subscribing to our links on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and wherever else great podcasts can be found. I don't even know what I'm talking about because right now I've got this weird delay in my ear. But we're going to talk more about Disney. We're going to have some great Disney discussion, headline news, and the Disney must-dos for this week, which happens to deal with the underrated Disney favorites that you must do. A lot of people may not give them a lot of love out there on the internet and various podcasts. Tonight, we're going to discuss underrated Disney must-dos. But before we get into all of that, let me introduce our host for tonight. My name is Al Jonko, lifelong Disney fan and podcaster, joined by my good friend and yours, Mr. Jeff Disney Davis, the news monster himself. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you? Not
too shabby. And dealing with a little bit of an echo. The chat room says we sound okay, but it is really throwing me off. So I've got one. I typically do the whole radio thing. Jeff and I are old radio, FM radio pros. So I usually do the one ear on and one ear off, so I can hear the environment that's around me, and I can hear and monitor what's going on. Yeah, exactly. You see, you're doing the one ear. So anyway, Jeff's computer went kaput, so he is joining us via his Android phone. Thank God for Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, thank goodness, right?
Not too shabby. Also joining us is Miss Dining at Disney herself, Kristen Hetzel. Hello.
Hello.
A little bit of delay on your end. It's good to see you. How's things going at Dining at Disney?
They're going well, and I have stuff to discuss, all food related, and a Dining at Disney reminder, I should say.
That's good. You know, the last time, I guess, on your Dining at Disney podcast, you and Jay Bratton from Diz Geek podcast had discussed I guess there's a controversy going on with reservations that we can kind of touch on because it's been a couple weeks since you've been on the show. So it'll be really nice to chit-chat about what's going on there as well. If you're joining us live, that's right. Yes, there's a whole controversy surrounding that. And I think Jeff may have talked about it a little bit on DW60. It is definitely one to mention on this program. So before we get into the nitty-gritty, our Disney headline news, don't forget WDW After Dark is brought to you for free every single week. And you can help support the show at WDWAfterdark.com. And there you've got links to Amazon. And from there, you can shop. Use our link in particular because you get the same great deals Amazon provides every single week, except Amazon, gives us a little kickback so that we can keep this show going and pay for certain bandwidth and upgrades and all kinds of good stuff as well. If you're looking for movie tickets, Disney movies coming out left and right. And, you don't want to be left out in the cold, especially with Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, just right around the corner. So what you want to do is go ahead and log on to WDWAfterdark.com and click that link for Fandango so you and your friends can check out the screenings of Star Wars in your neck of the woods. And last but not least, you're booking your Disney vacation. We would like for you to book with Miss Kristen there at magicaljourneysvacations.com. And that way you can get the best deals on the Disney, Universal, or cruise of your choice. And she can navigate through all the rigmarole for you and help save you money there at magicaljourneysvacations.com. Now, without any further ado, let's bust into what we all like to call Disney headline news. Jeff is going to kick us off. What's going on, Jeff?
Okay, where should we start? There's a lot to talk about this week, and I want to get into some of the nitty-gritty, I guess, right off the bat is what we're going to do. So we'll talk annual passes. There's a lot of annual pass changes going on right now. And Disney introduced a new tiered annual pass system. It's a program with new benefits and a new pricing structure. Some tickets are only available to Florida residents, as usual, including the Silver Weekday Select and Epcot After 4 Pass. Gold Pass is available only to Florida residents and DVC members. Now, DVC Vacation Club members can purchase a Platinum Plus and a Platinum and Gold as well. All annual pass tickets now include complimentary parking, which is also real nice. Monthly payment plans continue to be available for Florida residents only. If you're not a Florida resident, you cannot get that monthly payment option, which in my opinion, I think it's just total crap. I'm sorry. I think they would probably sell a lot more annual passes if they gave everybody the option to do that. Kristen?
But they don't need to sell any more annual passes.
I just want to be able to do it. So, don't have to do it for everybody else. Just do it for me. I'll be happy. Right. So, but that is still available for the Florida residents. Let's see what the monthly payment plan.
It should be available to everybody. But I don't understand why it's available to Florida residents to begin with. They're already paying less for their annual passes.
They are already paying less. And, you've got other surrounding states. You've got Georgia right there. You've got Alabama right there. You can include Mississippi in that if you want. It's only a 9-hour drive. And there's a couple other, South Carolina, not that far of a drive either. Tennessee. I mean, so everybody in the Southeast is relatively close and can get there in less than, round about a day. And it would just make a lot of sense to me, but they see it differently for whatever reason. We don't know if that's ever going to change in the future. Probably not. But if you are a Florida resident, you can get that with a $112 down payment up front. And then usually you're charged around about $45 to $50 per month after that to pay for your annual pass. Now, there's the Disney Platinum Plus Pass, the new price, $829 for Florida residents, and DVC members, it is $729. Renewal is $705. Florida residents and DVC members is $619. Non-charter Florida residents, $685. And the Platinum Pass, it includes parking, a Magic Band, admission to all 4 parks, park hopping, Photo Pass download, which is a nice option, no blackout dates, the water parks, Oak Trail Golf, and the ESPN Worldwide of Sports Complex. The Disney Platinum Pass, though, for new members, $749. Florida residents and DVC members only have to pay $649. A renewal will cost you $635 for, again, Florida DVC, $549, a much better price. Charter non-Florida residents, $615. Florida residents and DVC, $539. Now, the Platinum Pass includes parking.
What is charter? What do you mean by charter?
I'm not exactly what portion they say in charter that was listed on there for whatever reason. I'm going to have to look that up and find out. You got parking, Magic Band, admission to all 4 parks, park hopping, photo pass, and no blackout dates. So, good on that. Then you got the Disney Gold Pass. For Florida residents and DVC members, $549. If you want to renew, that is $466, not too bad. Gold Pass includes parking, Magic Band, admission to all 4 parks, park hopping, photo pass downloads. Now, there are some blackout dates on this. You've got December 17th through the 30th, January 1st, March 19th through April the 1st, and then again, these dates after for 2016, December 16th through the 31st and January 1st and 2nd. So a couple of chances that you can't go to the park are going to be taken away from you on that. The Disney Silver Pass, Florida residents, you get that for $389. If you want to renew that, it's only $330. The pass includes parking, Magic Band, admission to all the parks, park hopping. Also more blackout dates, which are pretty much the same as the Gold Pass. Then you got the...
And no Disney Photo Pass.
No Disney Photo Pass on that. No, not at all. Then you've got the Disney Weekday Select Pass. That is $259. The Weekday Select Pass includes parking, Magic Band, admission to all 4 parks, park hopping, blackout dates, no Saturday or Sunday admission. Also December 17th through the 30th this year, January 1st. March 19th through April the 1st, June 6th through August the 11th, December 16th through the 31st, and again, January 1st and 2nd for 2017. And then finally, for that roundabout on that, you've got the Epcot After 4 Pass. Now, this is one, if I was a Florida resident and was still living in Jacksonville, I would definitely do this. It gives you an opportunity to go to Epcot after 4 o'clock, which is good opportunity just to grab dinner and do a couple of attractions maybe and catch illuminations if you wanted to. Very reasonable price. Florida residents pay $249 plus tax. A renewal for Florida residents is only $211. Now that lasts an entire year. And of course that does include parking, a Magic Band, but it is admission to Epcot only. You cannot go to any other parks when you use that. So a few changes here and there, but a lot of people not really all too upset when it comes to the different prices when it comes to annual passes for Walt Disney World. Now, what I hear for Disneyland, I hear that's totally different. I hear a lot of people very upset about the Disneyland prices. We'll get to that in a second. Now, parking fees, that's something else we want to talk about here on the show. Those have gone up as well as of October the 4th this month. Now, parking at Walt Disney World theme parks has increased to $20 for most guests, and it's gone up from $17. Here's the breakdown. Cars and motorcycles will cost you $20, camper trailers $22, and then bus and tractor trailers will be $25. Parking is now included with all annual pass tickets, like I told you before. Resort valet parking has also increased to $25. The new pricing is in effect as of October the 4th. So if you go right now, you're going to be paying those prices. Disney's top-level annual pass holders will have to shell out more than $1,000 if they want to visit Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, though, at any time of the year. Disneyland raised its prices for lower-tier annual passes this past Sunday by as much as $60. Highest-tier bi-coastal pass, good for visits to Walt Disney World and Disneyland by about $300, and eliminated the no blackout dates, about $779 for premium annual passport. Now, instead, the park is offering 2 top-level passes. This is what it's going to be. Disney Signature Plus, which is $1,049 with no blackout dates. And you've got the Disney Signature Pass, which is $849, good for visits for about 350 days, excluding select days during the winter holidays when, problems really start to arise as far as the amount of crowds out there for Disneyland. Now, both passes come with additional benefits, such as discounts for dining and merchandise, a new photo pass that allows pass holders unlimited digital downloads of the photos taken when they're meeting characters and stuff like that, or just maybe walking around the park, or you're on an attraction or something else. Now, this is I believe, the second time that Disney has raised its prices for the annual passes this year alone in 2015. I believe it's the second time. I think they did it earlier in the first part of the year. Now, the new price for a deluxe pass with some Saturday and peak holiday blackouts went up $50 to $599. Southern California passes, which are only available for renewals, increased to $459. That's up from $389. Now, the cheapest pass, which is the Southern California Select, is now $329. It was $299. Now, like I said before, reactions literally exploded when this stuff came out on social media sites. It's just all over the place.
It happens
a lot
every
of people
year.
Very upset. Yeah,
Happens
Now,
every year.
I'm going to say one of the things, and I don't think you mentioned it, is the Disney Premier Passport for both parks.
No, I did not mention that.
The cost of that is $1,439. It made like a $200
Wow.
jump.
That's crazy.
And when they made the jump last time, it was like a $200. No, I think this is like a $300 jump because it was over $200. I mean, that thing 2 years ago was $800 and something.
That's crazy.
And now it's up, what, almost $600 or so? Ridiculous.
That is. But, I mean, if you're going to travel that much and you know you're going to be going East Coast and West Coast all the time, and
but you know
and it's
what?
a
I
good
think if it was a
investment.
little bit less, you'd have more people encouraged to buy it.
You would think sometimes, yeah. Yeah, you would think. But unfortunately,
Because, I mean, most people live on one coast or the other.
yeah.
You know,
Numbers-wise, I'd be
So-
interested to see how many people actually do get that pass to be able to do both parks. I'd be interested to see what those numbers are.
we had it when it was $800 and some dollars, but there's no way we could do it otherwise. Like now, yeah, at that price.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
we opted to do the Premier Passport a couple years ago when D23 was going on, and we actually had plans on visiting the resort, several times, the Disneyland Resort. So it just made more sense for us to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I mean, everybody goes nuts every single year, and this year it just seems that the dagger goes deeper, and they're pouring more and more salt and lemon juice on the wound all the time.
Yeah, and it's not just that. I mean, parking prices went up at Disneyland as well. Renewal prices for annual pass holders with the yearly parking add-on went up to $199. It was $169. Theme park parking increased by $1 to $18. And I did not know this, but Downtown Disney now offers 2 hours of free parking with additional 2 hours with validation from a restaurant or movie. But the hour, I did not know you had to pay for Downtown Disney parking over there in Anaheim, California. The hourly rate changed to $12 from $6. I mean, I kind of went, wow, charging for parking just for Downtown Disney, which, we don't have for Disney Springs. You're able to park and do what you like.
But the reason being is Downtown Disney sits right by them. So otherwise you would have park guests who didn't want to pay for parking, park in Downtown Disney.
Oh,
and then
so they'd be,
walk
using
through
the system
Downtown
a little bit.
Disney
Yeah.
because it's all connected.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't know that.
Randy,
I've never been there before, so there's no way for me to know.
well, Randy Dorney
I have no idea.
mentions all this due to renovations, construction projects, Disneyland, Star Wars Land, and Walt Disney World, Avatar Land, Disney Springs.
Yeah,
Every year.
you've got to pay for the stuff somehow.
Every
you
year.
got to pay for it.
Every year it's like that. There was a dramatic increase when Cars Land, opened. And of course, that was covered on Diz Geek podcast quite well. So it's killing us out there, but it is the way it is, And Nicole Coffin in the chat says it's like tolls on the highway.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm curious to hear or see what our audience says in the chat room regarding the price increases. Is it too much is your family going to be able to afford annual passes this year? I know that people are going to be split down the middle in regards to this. And as long as there are more and more families opting to go to Disney, they're not going to want to change anything. They're going to want to, I mean, it's going to gradually increase. And what was the percentage, Jeff? Because typically they said it was going to be a 6% increase over the course of, every year there's going to be at least a minimum of 6%.
Yeah, at least a minimum of 6%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
I mean, they get their price increases increase more than I get raises. They work.
Okay. Oh, are you kidding me? That's 100%. Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah,
we're only talking about one aspect. We're talking about a couple parking and tickets. That's not all that goes up. When those go up, the prices on the menu jump up a little bit. The cost of all the stuff you buy as souvenirs, they all jump up a bit. But no, those are subtle things that, of course, aren't announced and people don't notice so much. But everything goes up when the tickets go up.
Mm-hmm. Merchandise.
Everything.
Well, I mean, Tables in Wonderland just went up in price.
Well, I'm going to talk about that. That's a whole nother topic.
Know?
Well, you can talk about it.
But I mean, it goes along with it. When they do one thing, they're going to start doing another. And,
that's true.
You know, they included that. And you'll give them the prices of that. You know?
G Money 1969 in the chat says, I have an annual pass and is not renewing theirs. And Hope says in the chat that there is no way I could afford this. Anastasia says that she still gets a pass. So.
Well, let me ask the chat room this, then. They have an annual pass, but they're not going to renew because of the price. If Disney gave you the option to pay monthly, I almost guarantee most of everybody would say, yeah, I'll renew my pass, or yeah, I'll go ahead and start being an annual pass holder. And guess what? In the process, I'm saving a little bit of money, and I'm going to be visiting the resort more, which means I'm going to be spending more money.
G Money pays monthly, so they must be a Florida resident.
Yeah, they must be. I see Nicole's a Florida resident too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when you have that advantage of being a Florida resident, then you get the monthly option.
That's a thing. You know, once again, Kristen hit the nail on the head. Is that they don't necessarily want to sell monthly passes, or not monthly passes. I'm sorry, annual passes.
Yeah.
Well, and see, Tony and I talked about that on Dining at Disney as well, as how. Part of the problem is they have too many people in the parks now. And there's not enough places for them to go. And I said, what I think happened is all the deluxe resorts now have DVC. When they added DVC, that's targeted to people selling the point of there's more to Disney than just the theme parks. There's a resort. There are things you can do. You can play golf. You can go horseback riding. You can, all these variety of things you can do other than attend the parks. Well, they've built all these, and I think the issue is people are still going to the parks and not doing as much of the other things that Disney was hoping by having so many DVC options they would.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of expansion. There's not new, the only new resort has been Art of Animation, but the expansion of all of the resorts over the past 5 years to pretty much every resort, every deluxe resort now has DVC.
Do you chalk that up to so many people in the parks as Disney not correctly selling the rest of what they have? I mean, how often do we see commercials just for Disney water parks?
You don't.
How often do we see commercials just for, Disney Springs or, what was Downtown Disney, or even golfing, or even the ESPN Worldwide of Sports Complex? You don't see a lot of advertising pushing towards the other things that you can do while you're staying at the resort. When you see a commercial for a Walt Disney World vacation, you see the castle, you're going to see Dumbo, you're going to see Space Mountain, you're going to see a view of Epcot, so attraction.
Yeah,
you're going to see a princess.
But they're not going to spend the money talking about those other things because it's a value add, Jeff. That's why.
Yeah, it's a value add, definitely. But at the same time, too many people then, let people know about the other stuff other than just the vacation planning DVD. Not a lot of people know about that. They simply go off, Mom, I saw the commercial for Walt Disney World. Can we go? Yeah, sure. Why not?
And that's why everyone watching needs to book with Kristen.
So I mean, it just look. It's like, he said in the chat room, Disney has got to pay for some of the stuff that we have been asking for years upon years. We wanted Star Wars Land. We've asked for it. We've begged for it. We've done all this stuff. The demand was there. So now Disney has to spend the money to build it. So guess what? You're an annual pass holder. You're going to spend a little more money, just like everybody else who's only buying 6 and 7 day tickets to the Walt Disney World Resort. They are also paying more money as well. You'll see another price increase when it comes to tickets a little bit later on, just to be able to pay for some of this stuff. So it's all across the board. You want to go to Disney, you got to shell out the bucks. That's just the way it goes. So.
Yeah, we're going to open the floor to discussion here later on in the program. So everyone in the chat, definitely hold those thoughts, because we'd love to see you. Hopefully one of these days someone will be brave enough to hop on the show like Nicole did last week. So.
Yeah, Nicole is nice enough. I got one more thing.
Okay.
Pecos Bills, Tall Tale Inn and Cafe.
Oh no. Did they reopen the sauce or not?
It reopened in the Magic Kingdom last week with a brand new menu following a brief refurbishment. Kristen, I'm taking this from you just because Pecos Bills is near and dear to my heart. It did have a brief refurbishment. Fans of the often closed Tortuga Tavern will recognize many of the new entrees with burritos and rice bowls, replacing the burgers and fries that were previously served there. The condiment bar was updated with the same lettuce. So I'm gonna skip on this part. It was updated with the same lettuce and a couple of the other things, along with the sour cream and single serve squeeze tubes and everything else. They did offer cheese and salsa. I guess it is, but the sauce, it's a cheese and salsa mixture, I believe. Nicole can in the chat can probably tell me. She was just there this past Sunday, and she even said that the cheese sauce was cold. And
no!
If it's cold,
disgusting,
then why are you bothering to put it on the fixins bar? And it all probably goes back to that thing of, a kid burned his mouth on it.
Oh, it's like queso.
Yeah,
that's what she's saying.
Yeah, queso, pretty much. But it's cold. It ruins it completely. I'm waiting to see literally how long it's going to take before people realize this is not the same restaurant that it used to be. And they don't go back anymore simply because they don't get to enjoy the things they did before.
You know what?
But for others,
that's never going to happen with Pecos Bills, because that restaurant is huge in size, and it is the one place that you can eat pretty much under any circumstance.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. There's an opportunity here for those who normally do not like the same old, hey, let's have a burger, or a wrap or something else. It's giving them something brand new, which I think is an opportunity for them to bring in other customers that they did not get before. So, I mean, as upset as I am, I love the burgers. I love the cheese sauce and everything else. I'm not going to knock it until I try it. I want to try at least each one of the entrees before I absolutely say, no, this is not for me. I'm headed over to wherever I can go to get, what I want. I'm going to give it an opportunity. Doesn't mean I'm happy about it, but I am going to at least try. Hey, if it looks good, eat it. That's okay. I saw the menu. It looks good, especially the number one. Those fajitas actually look pretty good. So I'm going to give them a try. Maybe they're giving you the cheese sauce cold. It's going to heat up while it's with the rest of the stuff that you're trying it with. Maybe. I don't know. Just have to wait and see. But I don't think you're going to see the burgers and cheese sauce come back. I think that's pretty much a permanent fix. They're moving away from the norm of what you. How many different locations in the Magic Kingdom could you have probably gotten burgers and fries? Yeah, quite a few. So they're throwing a little something extra in there. And Kristen, you've told me before how good Tortuga Tavern was, and the options that they had. Now, Al John last week, he mentioned to me, and this was, I thought about this so many times, the taco salad. You had the option to get the taco salad. You always go to the condiment bar and get more and keep filling and keep filling and keep filling. Sorry, Al John, no taco salad on the menu this year.
Oh, yeah. That was the nice thing about the taco salad.
Yeah. The rice bowl instead.
So. I'm actually excited about this night. Even though I will miss my taco salad and being able to turn it into mini taco salads. I get so tired of the same burgers, chicken tenders, and hot dogs. I can't tell you the number. How many times have I said that? I mean, I say that all the time. And that's why I rave about the food out in California and their restaurants and the variety. And now we're getting some variety. The fajita platter sounds good. The Southwest salad looks good. I mean, it's going to be different, but there's so many places to get those hot dogs and burgers and all that other stuff. I want something new. This is a reason for me to consider doing a quick service plan, because we did it once. I told Aljon, if I have to consider eating chicken tenders or a hamburger one more time, I'm going to scream. It's so hard to find.
There was
something.
There's no variety.
I felt like everything was crap. Like Sunshine.
Well, I mean,
season.
The variety is there now.
The
variety is there now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got new stuff at Pecos. You know, you've still got your burgers and fries there, but you now have the quick service option over there. Be our guest. The new restaurant coming in in Adventureland. Kristen, what's the name of it again? I forget.
I'm drawing a blank at the moment.
Yeah, she forgot too. Everybody knows about it. Do they have a quick service option for lunch, or is it still just sit down?
Oh, I don't know. Wait,
Okay.
where?
Either way. My point is still this. You've still got a variety of options to choose from. You want to stick to burgers? You want to be the man? You want to, I want my burger. I want my hot dog. You want your chickens? You know, you want your other stuff? Skipper Cantina. Thank you, Panama Fox. There's a lot of different options there. There's still plenty of burgers throughout the Walt Disney World Resort, some better than others. But ultimately, is the cheese sauce going to be missed? Yep. It's going to be missed. Big time. Big time. So that's it. I'm done. I'm finished.
See, I just put it on my fries.
I put it on everything. I put it on the burger and I put it on the fries. Both.
I do put it on everything. Yeah,
I don't ever eat a burger at Disney.
Randy said something about it being like Fuddruckers. Yes, of course. I love Fuddruckers. It's great. But, the thing is that every restaurant there at Disney is going, or Walt Disney World, is going to have their own identity, their own menu. Hopefully they're striving to that, so that when you go to a particular eatery, it is unique. And there's something that you can't get everywhere else. So hopefully that'll be the case. And, you won't have all the same old stuff every single place.
Yeah.
Now they do have the Country Bear jug now too.
Yeah.
I did see that. I do want one just because, hey folks, if it looks good, eat it, try it. Why not? Doesn't matter.
I want to start collecting some of these things. I'll need like a bookshelf just to put on some of these, like a variety of popcorn buckets and these cups, because
that closet right there, because I don't have enough space, is full of stuff Disney wise that I cannot put out right now because I don't have enough room.
Yeah. Oh, you don't even want to look at my
collection time is on. You
don't even want to look at this office. My good Lord. Anyway.
Well, see, Kristen's got space behind her, though. Look at that space she's
not
got.
Really.
couple of bookshelves there. She could probably make some more room for a few things here and there, right?
There are shelves. That whole wall, like behind me, has stuff piled on it. See,
you guys just need a bigger house.
Up there.
There you go. There you go.
I need to win the lottery. Then I can buy myself a mansion and I can have my Disney room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Well,
that's what I'm going to do. That's it. I'm done.
Well, let's parlay into Kristen's Dining at Disney update. Diningatdisney.com. And don't forget, you can check out Kristen's brand new ebook, the 2015 Epcot International Food and Wine Festival book. And if you use the code Food and Wine, you can save $2 off your purchase of the ebook. And a lot of people talking about it in the chat room, Epcot's Food and Wine Festival, that's well underway. Kristen, what kind of other food news can you add on to Jeff's headlines?
Well, I'm going to start with the negative and then move towards the positive.
Okay.
And the negative is Tables in Wonderland, because it went up from being $125 for Florida residents up to $175.
Oh, hell no.
Disney Vacation Club members, as well as annual pass holders, could get it for $100. Now it's $150. That is a 50% increase. How you justify 50% is I don't know. I don't know. It's just insane to me. They did add Morimoto to
valet. They're losing money on valet, and they're losing they think they're losing money on valet anyway.
No.
Supply and demand, G Money says in the chat. Supply and demand.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, this is an adult Disney podcast. I have to warn people ahead of time. So, A, we're not going to sugarcoat things. And B, if we decide to use adult language, that's how we roll, you know. Although, you know, we exercise discretion. So
it's not that we don't love pixie dust. We just don't sprinkle it on every damn thing.
No, yeah, listen to our other shows on Sorcerer Radio to hear all that fun stuff.
Or listen to other podcasts.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not that type.
So yeah, when I talked about Tables in Wonderland with Tony, it became like part of the appetizer that was apparently like a sampler size, because it became a huge part of what we talked about before we got into the entree portion of it all. So, I mean, we had a very interesting discussion breaking all of that down but yeah, just a lot of money. And as far as renewing it at $150, in order to break even, you would need to spend $750. And that's just for the card.
Is Disney shooting themselves in the foot when it comes to stuff like
this?
If
you're a local resident, if you live locally, like Tony does, you're going to get that over and over and over. I mean, it is so worth the money. But people who don't live locally, who get a card like Aljon and myself, we get one because we go anywhere from 4 to 6 times a year. And we use it when we go. It covers alcohol as well. So that's a nice perk to it. Free valet. Nice perk to it. But for people like ourselves, we now have to think and kind of work it out. Is it really worth it for non-local people to buy now? Because before it absolutely was.
Kristen, for people that are just tuning in, can you explain what Tables in Wonderland is, please? Tables in Wonderland program.
It is a discount card that gives you 20% off at select restaurants at Disney World.
And typically, as Kristen had said, it is a really good value.
It's just a discount program.
Yeah, it's a very good discount program. It had been one for a while, but it's Jeff's lack of 2 earbuds that's creating an echo. Oh yes, I believe that. Yeah. Hey Jeff, try putting on your other earbud and see what happens. I was going to speculate that. And there you go. It's still happening.
Nope.
We still
happening.
Still have it. Oh, we've tried all kinds of weird things regarding this. So I don't know what's causing the echo here on Blab today, but typically we don't have that echo. Very strange. And Kristen, and Emily in the chat room says, Kristen drops the mic. Bam.
Boom, done.
And
finished out of here.
And we're done. So, but yeah, it is getting to be just insane in terms of the price. It is what it is. So, and by the way, if anyone from Blab is watching, can you help us out with this echo? I don't know what's going on with that. We've tried everything. We have tried everything. We're not.
I still have no echo.
It is in beta testing after all, so it could just be weird glitches.
Why are people enamored with Disney? Well, why are people enamored with luxury cars or Star Wars? I mean, people are fans of sports just like they are Disney. Disney Park.
Why can I hear Kristen but not see Kristen?
There's a question in the chat room that from @Depth Shepherd. It's mentioned in the chat room. So
Kristen, I can hear you, but I can't see you. Where are you?
I don't know where Kristen's at. She's
maybe disappeared.
She has disappeared. Well, that's all right. You know,
like you said, that's why.
Yeah, the great thing about the community at large, the Disney community, is that we are far and wide. You know, everybody loves Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, ABC programming, and it's really cool. Yes, the cloak of invisibility. Yes, Emily. I will agree with that. Yes, from Harry Potter, of course. It's awesome. While Kristen's trying to figure things out, here she is. She's coming back.
Okay, that was weird because everything that's in the chat room, the last thing I saw before you guys said you couldn't see me was Greg joined. So that's why I said to you, where are you seeing this? Because apparently I was invisible and the comments were invisible.
Yeah, this echo is driving me nuts, guys. This is it's literally driving me crazy. Okay, let's move on. Kristen, what other headlines do you have? And I'll try to work on it on my end here.
Okay, so one of the things that you could pick up at the Epcot Food and Wine Festival in celebration of the 20th anniversary has been a special lanyard that has a gold medallion and comes with a gift card as well as a pouch to carry the gift card. Now, when you buy this, you have to load the gift card with $200.
Why?
Because they want $200 from you.
Because they just want $200. I guess that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, that's. But yeah, I would not be walking around with
Just
a $200
because.
gift card and a lanyard. I'm just going to say
No,
that.
I don't think so. No.
Then
Have
if
to,
people
put it
see that, they're
somewhere
going to know if they've been in the shop. They're going to go, that person's walking around with $200 on their neck. I think I need to grab that gift card.
else. Snatch it.
Exactly.
Yep.
But it looks cool, and I'd like to have it, but I'd have to figure out a way to, like, that gift card would be going in my wallet, not in my lanyard. And then other food news that I have is that for those of you wanting to celebrate Oktoberfest, you can over at Min and Bill's Dockside Diner, Disney's Hollywood Studios right now. They have a smoked sausage on a pretzel roll, as well as a Black Forest milkshake. So you could get that to finish up your meal.
Okay. What's in the Black Forest milkshake? Is it Black Forest ham?
It's
Black
supposed
Forest
to
ham
probably
milkshake?
taste. It's probably cherry.
Probably cherry. Oh, you should have called it Black Cherry then, not Black Forest. Sounds like Black Forest ham. Just saying. I don't know if that would be any good or not. A Black Forest ham shake.
Like is in
You
Black
got a
Forest
really good
cake?
blender. No, Black Forest ham.
No, but it's in reference to Black Forest cake.
Oh, but in reference to, yes.
Yeah. So
Got a
also
blender in there. I
the
might try this.
ganachery. Have you heard about this place, guys? The ganachery is coming to Disney Springs. And it's going to feature daily freshly made ganache, which is, for those who don't know, chocolate and cream. And they have an onstage kitchen, so you can see the chefs making it. Some of the featured batches are going to include a dark chocolate, which is going to be 65% custom blend, hazelnut, chipotle, and they'll also have some other custom blends where they use the world's finest spices to make. And let's see what else. Another piece of news. If people want to win something, I have on Dining at Disney, where you can win a Joffrey's Coffee Trio. And what you get is 3 1-pound bags of the Disney Parks and Resorts specialty coffee collection. I mean, who doesn't want
Sounds
to win
good.
3 pounds of coffee?
I would love to have 3 pounds of coffee.
And it's not like
I'm
it's
not lying.
cheap coffee either. I mean, you're getting like
No.
40 or 40 plus worth of coffee.
It wouldn't take me long to go through, especially when I drink coffee at work. So I could definitely go for that.
Yes, so you can enter. Just visit diningatdisney.com and click on.
Oh, that means I'm not eligible. Oh, that sucks.
Actually, you are eligible.
Oh, I'm finally eligible for
You
something.
are eligible because this is dining at Disney. This is dining at Disney,
this is
so
exciting.
you are eligible.
Holy crap! I didn't know that.
Algebra
I've
is
been
not
missing out
eligible,
this whole
though.
time. I've been missing out this entire time, thinking I wasn't eligible for that kind of stuff.
Oh, if it's on
okay.
dining at Disney, you are eligible. You'll have to make a little note of that.
See Hope's comment. You're wrong for that. That's wrong.
Oh gosh. Okay. And this is news, but it's not food news at all. But I did want to mention it. Is that our friends, or why I say friends, our friend Tony Casanova from Disney by the Numbers now has his own book that you can pick up. It's got all kinds of facts and figures about the Walt Disney World Resort and Parks. So
Very nice.
just wanted to mention his book.
Love it. What's the name of it?
It is Disney by the Numbers, Facts and Figures about the Walt Disney World Theme Parks and Resorts.
That's one hell of a title.
And you know how
That book must be like
the
this
way
big.
they can get this, and see, not only are they helping out our friend Tony, but they'll be helping us out, is by going to the Amazon link, buying it there. We like that.
We would like that.
Yes.
Just one click. That's all it takes.
Yeah, nice and easy. That is all the news I have. And Aljon lost his voice.
Laryngitis or just microphone not working? Yeah, and then
now
he's just gone.
visible.
Okay, can you hear me
And then
now?
he comes back again.
Now we can hear you.
Okay, there you are. Yeah.
Awesome. So
Look at that. Awesome.
that's great. Yeah, we're working on the real crap mic now, but that's okay. That's very good. Well, thank you for that, Kristen. Much props to Tony Casanova for his book. And we'll have links to Kristen's contest, Tony's book, Kristen's book as well, and another contest. Might as well talk about it. Jedi Musketeer and WDW Tiki Room still giving away a book. Not a book, I'm sorry. We're giving away this. We're not giving away a book. We're actually giving away this limited edition, signed limited edition.
Time out.
Yeah.
Time out.
Are you okay?
Am I eligible?
You know what, Jeff? You're eligible. You're eligible.
Okay. Even though I sure as hell I'm not going to get it. I'm happy to be eligible.
And what I mean by signed, it's not signed by the artist, but is hand numbered. Captain America 45. Here's your certificate of authenticity. All right. And it is provided as a gift from our friends at choicecollectibles.com. So a couple weeks ago, you heard his interview on WDW Tiki Room. That's available for download on demand podcast. And you can visit JediMouseketeer.com or click our link to WDWTikiRoom.com, and you can register once a day. All you have to do is follow us on Twitter and tweet out the fact that you registered to win the contest. You have to live in the intercontinental United States. So sorry, Alaska, Hawaii. All right, but intercontinental United States. And you have to be at least 12 years old or older in order to qualify for that. All the rules and regulations are posted on our link at WDW Tiki Room and JediMouseketeer.com. So feel free to do that. Or you can even enter on the contest tab at WDWAfterDark.com and do that as well.
See, I'm not eligible then because it's part of this show.
No, it's not. We're promoting it, but it's actually
what is it actually part of, Jedi?
It's actually part of Jedi and Tiki. So yeah, you can do it if you wanted to, Jeff. You could.
Well, technically, I'm not doing any shows right now for SR, so I'm eligible for anything.
You're right.
I have no job.
You're right. You have no. You're a man without a radio show.
Jeff's on leave.
I am a unemployed Disney related employee. So
Hashtag
unemployed.
Hashtag eligible Jeff.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
It's so sad. This is so terrible. I hate the fact that I can't do it, but
that's all right. Hey, y'all, have you seen the new trailer for The Good Dinosaur that's out?
I did see that the other day. I did.
So Disney had released the new Pixar trailer for The Good Dinosaur, and I have to tell you, it's a great film. I can appreciate it. Kristen and I saw the sneaks at D23, and it basically answers a question: what if the dinosaur asteroid that changed life on Earth, the dinosaur asteroid, but the big asteroid that killed off the dinosaurs, missed the planet and the giant dinosaurs never became extinct? That's the question is being asked here. And it looks to me like a great film. Thanksgiving is when it's coming out, just a few days away. And you can check out that trailer there at JediMusketeer.com. So please do that. The other thing you might want to do is check out the previews that are happening at the Disney park starting October 16th. So check that out. It's going to be at, at California Adventure. It'll be previewed at a Bugs Life theater with special in-theater effects, which is nice. And then also guests at Hollywood Studios will get to see the advanced look at One Man's Dream on Mickey Avenue. So you can definitely check that out as you get ready to go to the parks. Another thing that people need to be getting ready for, and we've talked about this a little bit, but it is worth mentioning again, is Season of the Force coming to Disneyland November 16th. Tons of Star Wars themed events and exhibits will be at Disneyland Resort starting November 16th. Part of Season of the Force, including Star Wars Launch Bay, which will encounter characters and photo ops. People will have an opportunity to get their photos taken with great Star Wars characters. And there's also going to be a Star Wars game center where people can play Disney Infinity, including park-exclusive toy box levels. Did you hear about that, Jeff?
I did not hear about that, no.
You can even play, I believe they're even going to have the Star Wars video game for people to check out as well. So please check that out and mark your calendars as it begins, the Season of the Force, November 16th. Now, we talked a little bit about the annual passes, so that's good. How about this? As you're getting ready to check out and plan your next Disney trip, did you know that the Swan and Dolphin completed their hotel redesign, the refurbishment?
I didn't hear about that.
It's the largest makeover in the history of the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin, and it's going to be completed really, really soon. If I'm not mistaken, we're only just, entire room project's currently scheduled for completion by the end of 2015, but it's going on right now. And it's, I think it says actually a few rooms are actually already being done. Kristen, is that what you've heard?
Yes.
Okay. And they look really, really nice. So, check that out. I posted some pictures there at JediMusketeer.com for people to check out as well. Now, for you vacationing folks, something that people need to be aware of is brand new destinations in the Caribbean and Bahamas that's happening there with Disney Cruise Line. And bookings start tomorrow for the new destinations. So let's see what we have here. Port Canaveral, 3 Disney ships in port, and the cruise line is doing some really cool destinations there, including, of course, a day at Castaway Cay, which Kristen has experienced, which is really nice. Disney Fantasy continues to sail 7-night Eastern and Western Caribbean voyages, while the Disney Dream embarks on 3- and 4-night cruises to Nassau and Castaway Cay beginning January 29th. The Disney Wonder will have alternate similar 3- and 4-night itineraries. So that is from Port Canaveral. Now, from Miami to kick off 2017, the Disney Magic will continue sailings from Miami with 3 to 4, 5, and 5-night voyages to the Bahamas, plus 5 select 5-night Western Caribbean cruises through March 31st. Castaway Cay awaits guests aboard every one of the Disney Magic sailings. Other Bahamian ports include Nassau, Key West, while the stop in the Grand Cayman Islands or Cozumel headlines the Western Caribbean itineraries. There are also itineraries set for San Juan and Galveston as well. So for more details on that, Kristen can give you all the latest and greatest in terms of the 2017 ports and itineraries at magicaljourneysvacations.com.
You know
For
what?
those-
when I was in Vancouver, when we pulled into port, the Disney Wonder was leaving. So I saw the ship for like seconds. It's like we pull in and they leave.
Very nice.
I was like, oh, I want to hop on their ship now.
We're also, let me try to wrap up this really quick. We've got a few more days, but it's worth noting October 13th that the Diamond Edition Digital HD Disney Movie Everywhere release of Disney's Aladdin will be coming out. And it's going to be a huge, nice package, Blu-ray, DVD, digital HD bundle. The Diamond Edition will be available October 13th. So pick that up using our Amazon link, and you'll be swept to Agrabah and places beyond. New York Comic Con is going on right now. More details on what Disney and Star Wars and Marvel are doing at New York Comic Con this week at JediMouseketeer.com. Jeff Davis, did you see that Princess Leia's metal bikini from Return of the Jedi actually went to a auction and was sold for $96,000?
I did see that. Yeah,
I just thought I'd mention that for you. You know.
It makes me wonder if there is just how many different models of that there are. If there is just the one, or how many they got left out there at the ranch.
Well, I know that they had to make several for Carrie Fisher, and she also had a stunt double. So there's not just one, but I don't know how many survived. So,
but for $96,000 just for one random, I mean,
I believe that was actually worn.
good.
I think it was actually worn by Carrie Fisher.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. So there you go, metal bikini, good times.
That's one hell of a collector who just bought that.
And the collector's name remained anonymous, but they bought it. That's for sure.
I bet it did.
Yeah. Lastly, have you seen the latest trailer for Marvel's Jessica Jones?
I have yet to see the first trailer.
It is really good. Very, very gritty. Jessica Jones is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So all the Avengers that you see on the silver screen and Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be tied into this, as Jessica Jones, a private eye who left the scene as a superhero, is now dealing with what had happened to her in the darkness of Hell's Kitchen, which is also home to Marvel's Daredevil. And it starts on Netflix November 20th. And once again, I'm clearing out my entire weekend to binge watch that entire show because it's awesome. So check out Jessica Jones. I encourage people to do that. She seems like an awesome superhero. And her story is very, very troubling. Jessica Jones was actually started at Marvel to kick off their adult comic book line. And it is serious stuff. Very serious stuff.
Now I know where I've recognized that girl before. I think the name of the show was Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
That's her.
Was the name of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, and there was a comic book.
That's where I've seen her before.
Yeah, and there was a comic book that they mentioned in that TV show that actually is supposed to be based on Jessica Jones, which was hilarious. So it's kind of like art imitating life, imitating art. So
she's got an interesting look to her. It's not exactly goth.
Mm-hmm.
It's just she's very pale, but she's got those dark eyes, and should be an interesting show.
Yeah, it
I
looks
think
like
she'll do well.
yeah.
She's a good actress.
Looks like
Very
she
good
listens to a lot of Alanis Morissette and The Cure and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Teen angst, female angst, a lot of that stuff.
Right, yeah.
But I think she's great for the role, and I can't wait. So check out the trailers. They're very interesting, and it's definitely an adult show. So if you're fans of the Daredevil series, which Jeff and I are both, you'll definitely like the darkness from this episode. It's just or this series.
I actually started rewatching Daredevil again this past week.
It's so good. It's even better
just to watch it all over again.
It's even better the second time around. So
yeah, it is good.
All right. Well, having said that, we've now got to our interactive portion of the show.
One other thing.
Oh, yes.
I know Eric is not here. He usually has some, Disney Infinity news for you, which I don't have. But what I can tell you, though, for you Star Wars fans, don't forget if you're watching this as of, let's see, today is the 7th. So as of tomorrow, October the 8th, the beta for Star Wars Battlefront is going on for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC users. You do not need any type of code or anything else in order to do this. For people on console, just go to the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Store, whichever one, and you can download it right there. I think it's going on for 5 or 6 days. Good opportunity for you to express your likes and express your dislikes when it comes to Star Wars Battlefront. That's what Electronic Arts, EA, is looking for, is your feedback. So head over to their website and their forums and tell them what you do and don't like. November release for the game, so last opportunity to voice your opinion, play a little bit of it. I do know that this for a fact. You'll say you play the beta a lot and you reach, level 5. Level 5 is about as high as you can get. None of that will transfer over into the full game itself. So everything that you do in the beta is gone after it is over with. There's no retrieving it, no nothing. You start from scratch. Everybody starts on the same slate when they buy the brand new Battlefront coming out on November 17th or 16th.
And once again, you can pre-order Battlefront on our Amazon link, as well as the limited edition Darth Vader PlayStation console.
And if you pre-order, you get a nice special early access to a brand new DLC coming up in December that ties in directly with Star Wars The Force Awakens.
That's it. Very good. Thank you, Jeff. Perfect. So here we are. Once again, interactive portion of the show, our Disney must-dos. This week, our Disney must-dos happen to deal with underrated Disney, whether it's park attractions, food, eateries. Maybe we'll stick with the parks this time out as an underrated Disney must-do, because if we talk about films and other things that it'll probably take a while for us to get through it. So, let's stick with the parks this time out. Underrated Disney must-do park attractions / eateries / thing, resort stuff. So, let's start first with Kristen with an underrated Disney must-do in the parks.
Underrated must-do. I didn't think this through beforehand.
Okay, Jeff, how about you?
No, go to you.
Me?
Yep.
All right. So, underrated Disney for me is going to be the animators drawing class.
Now, see, I would have said that, but can you say that? It's no longer around.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yes, it's no longer around. So I'll do that for Disneyland. There you go. Can we do that at Disneyland?
Sure.
You're
switching the game on us now.
Oh, yeah, Disney Parks. I'm sorry. It's Disney Parks.
Okay.
So I love the drawing class. And by the way, you can actually still do the drawing class at the Art of Animation Resort. So there you go. If you missed your jollies there at DHS, you can definitely check out the drawing class. Why do I like it so much? Because the artists are very well skilled, and more oftentimes than not, they give a lot of insight into the creation of these characters, into the film. But more importantly than that, they are great tutors in showing people how to draw the Disney classic characters. And I say Disney classic characters, I'm also including Pixar characters because they also do a number of characters like Buzz Lightyear and Carl from Up and Jack Skellington, as well as the Winnie the Pooh characters and classic Disney characters like Sorcerer Mickey, Donald Duck, and more. So check that out. Even though it's no longer at DHS, like I'd forgotten, you can do the class at the Art of Animation Resort at Believe, and I know you can do that at California over at DCA. And then for a limited time, you can continue to do it at Disney Quest until they shut it down. So there you go. Now, who wants to take up their most underrated Disney must-do?
Okay, I'll go now.
Kristen.
I'm going to go with Trattoria Al Forno over at the Boardwalk because that place has really good Italian food. And so far, I haven't heard anything. Like, it's kind of been this thing that it didn't make a big splash when it opened or anything like that. And it's really good. And it's easy to get a reservation for because nobody's dining there. I don't know why.
I agree. I like that place a lot.
That's mine.
All right. Jeff Davis.
I hate to say that a Disney classic has become underrated. And I think it's simply because that it hasn't seen a lot of TLC.
Okay.
For quite some time. For almost, I guess, like a decade now? Maybe it hasn't seen a lot of TLC.
So no more Chasing Waterfalls for this?
No more Chasing Waterfalls for this,
okay.
no.
All right.
Okay.
Carousel of Progress.
Oh.
Underrated. Simply because I think it hasn't gotten the update that I wanted for so long. That last scene in that attraction is seriously outdated in some of the worst ways. But it is one of those attractions that Walt himself first, he came up with the idea of it. He put it together and everything else. And I just don't see a lot of people who want to go and see it anymore. Every time that I go, it's always a walk right in and there's maybe 10 to 15 people on the inside of the attraction enjoying it. And you may know all the words, you may know all the words to the song and everything else. It's become underrated, and I think it's simply because Disney hasn't shown it any love in a long time. So,
do you remember when they used to change the sign itself for the attraction? The year would change on it, and a few years ago they stopped doing that, and I think it's because they realized the attraction was so outdated at the end of it that they're like, yeah, I guess this really can't represent, 2015.
It really can't. I mean, you think about
it's very 1994.
Oh, it screams, way outdated technology, even though I don't know how many people actually have an oven in their house that can talk to them. I don't know that specifically. But some of just the way the TV looks on the inside of it, it looks outdated.
The way the people are dressed, that tells you
the way they're dressed is outdated. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, it's literally the Savers from, Growing Pains is what it is.
Yeah.
But
it still is an enjoyable attraction. It really is to go in there and experience what Walt thought of. That's one of his babies,
I agree. But when you look at the attraction itself and you look at the century of progress and the turn of the century being the 90s, do you think that an update to the last room actually makes sense?
I don't think an update to the last room is enough, to be honest with you. How far back are we going here? The 1920s that you start off in?
No,
I guess.
It's the turn of the century.
Turn of the century.
Okay.
Yeah,
then the 1900s.
40s.
Yeah. There's so much that they're missing in between the next to the last scene and the last scene. I mean, it's
you have to think about it.
Ridiculous.
I don't feel like you can touch those though, because those are original and those are Walt's.
It's original, but the concept of it can still stay original as to what Walt looked at as progress. That is, I mean, we've
honestly,
said this before on the show.
This attraction,
it's not a
needs,
museum,
like four scenes at the end of it after where it is.
I don't agree.
I think that they could start it maybe in the 30s or 40s. And maybe progress from there. I don't know.
I just don't agree. I think that this attraction is a time capsule.
Well, that's why I don't think you can touch those three scenes.
I don't think, and so but I posted to everyone too. So I think it is a museum type piece. Single Rider says that eventually it might wind up in the Smithsonian. Well, maybe and maybe not. I don't know what's going to happen to the Carousel of Progress, to be quite honest. And I'd be curious to find out what you and our listening audience has to say about it. What would you do with the carousel? But it is
even the narrator says in the attraction itself, this is a tribute to the 1964 World's Fair Carousel of Progress.
Mm-hmm.
So either which way, you've still messed with the original show itself. It's not the original show. They had to go along with what technology had. So
true.
Why not do that again?
Plus, they also had to get rid of all the sponsorships from General Electric since they weren't paying for it anymore.
That too. Yeah.
So
it's been done before. Why can't it be done again? And then it won't, in my opinion, be an underrated, type of attraction.
Well, that is an interesting thing. Carousel of Progress. Could you actually make it relevant for 2015 and beyond? That's another interesting question, I think. Some people are saying leave it. Who knows? Is it underrated? Probably so. I don't know what else we could add on to that particular one. I have to say, what is some of your underrated Disney must-dos, chat? You want to join us? We have an open seat available right here for WDW After Dark. Come on in, click on that open seat, and let's discuss what there you go. Okay, Single Rider. All right, Single Rider, behave yourself. You're going live. Here we go. This is our live interactive segment here. So hopefully you have a webcam. This might be a Bob.
I tried it last week and it didn't work.
This might, maybe. Probably it didn't work. Didn't work. Single Rider says Fountain of Nations. Yes. Blab is flaky. We're going to try that again. All right. Disney Hope says Rider Stop at Disney Hollywood Studios. I like the Rider Stop a lot. It is a place that Kristen and I make a beeline for when we go into the park because we want to get our nice coffee. And occasionally we'll get a sweet treat there, like a croissant or some kind of breakfast sandwich or something, cookie. But I like to see the books that are in there for sure. Hey, all right.
Yeah. Promise I'll behave. I promise I'll be on my best behavior.
All right, go for it. Go for it. Single Rider, thanks for joining us on WDW After Dark. What say you?
Well, one of my favorite underrateds is the Fountain of Nations, the fountain show at Epcot. I can't walk past it. I've got to watch it, and whenever I'm with friends that have never been there before, rarely go. As I stop, watch this, you won't regret it. And just try to find a good location where you can hear the music well, because it gets kind of like the levels change depending on where you're standing. Here's all crazy.
No, that's all right. I agree. I enjoy the Fountain of Nations a lot. I think a lot of people walk past it, they take it for granted, and it just gets nicer and nicer, especially with the added lights as it gets darker in the theme park.
Yep. I think usually see that expanding that out, but I'd like to see it expanded out, but it would be probably dig into the footprint of that center area too much. But either that or bring.
So let me ask you this:
over to Illuminations and do it out in the lake, like the Bellagio in Vegas or something along that line.
Oh, it would be so nice to see that. Maybe an adaptation of it, down the road for not just World of Color, but.
That's true. World of Color did use that same technology. make it epic, which is a fantastic show.
Yeah, definitely. Jeff?
I think part of the reason some people, like him, think it's underrated is because they don't notice it a lot of times. Because when they're walking through, they got tunnel vision. Oh, we got to get to Soren. Oh, we got to get to this. Oh, we got to get to that. But I think the time period in between the shows itself, in between the songs and the water, I think it's a little too long. What is it? Maybe 10 minutes or so.
Agreed.
They go in between.
There's a lot of dead time, except for the holidays. The holidays is pretty much a constant loop.
Yeah, it does, definitely. So if they were to, cut down on the downtime as far as the fountain goes and not just look like a basic water fountain, I think that would probably help out. And maybe get some more new music or something. We've been listening to the same old music for a while now.
This is true.
When it comes to the fountain.
Yeah.
That would also help out when it comes to something like that. I like your idea, though, of the fact that it being underrated.
My favorite song, of course, Rescuers is great, Rocketeer is great, and they brought back the score from Surprise in the Sky, which they use as that one unrecognizable song. But there were some old songs that they don't really use anymore. They did switch it out from the first generation. I think they had a couple songs in there that I have, but they don't really use. So, yeah, you're right.
No, that's good stuff, man. And you can definitely listen to that on Sorcerer Radio. Good times.
Oh, I was listening to Sorcerer Radio. They had like an hour's worth on Periscope yesterday, and so I was listening to that.
There you go.
That's great.
Very good.
Whatever happened to Theme Park Radio Archives? That the one radio station that played like Dollywood music and Cedar Point music and Disney music and Universal and SeaWorld and Busch Gardens. I heard
they may have. Well, I can't really speculate, but all I have to say is if you don't pay your ASCAP BMI licensing, you might be in trouble.
Now, do those songs? I don't even know where that music would fall in, because they would play like atmosphere music to outside of the Fantastic Four restaurant at Universal Studios. Is that stuff even registered? I mean,
it's all registered. It's all registered. Yes.
There you go.
The good thing is Source Radio pays licensing for all that, so that's why we've been on for 15 years.
Stay out of jail.
There you go. Yep. So, and I'm in the music industry, so I can tell you, if you don't pay your ASCAP BMI, you'll get shut down.
There's about maybe 30 Disney theme park radio stations, and none now that play music from other theme parks, and it's just because it's a shame, because some of the music coming out of like Europa Park, Phantasialand, the Efteling, Alton Towers, my gosh, the music is just unbelievable.
Sure.
But you're not going to get anywhere. It's either Disney or nothing.
It is a shame for people that like yourself. I mean, we like theme parks too. We're big fans of Universal, and Kristen loves other theme parks. I mean, Lord knows we've been to a few. So yeah, if you're a fan of theme parks, the music can be hard to come by.
Going to do Haunted Mansion. Yeah.
Right on. Well, you see, that's why we have variety. So hopefully someone can put those playlists up there and maybe hopefully satiate people like yourselves that can't wait for more great theme park music. So
yeah, there's some such great parks out there, and what are you gonna do?
Awesome. Hey, well, we appreciate it. I'm glad that your webcam worked this time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Take care, buddy.
All three of you are part of the podcast?
What's that?
All three of you are part of the podcast?
We are.
Awesome. Love it. Keep up
we are. Thank you.
For a while.
Thank you. Yeah, check it out. Thank you so much.
I'm a subscriber. I've been subscribed for a while.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, thank you.
That's great.
Well, thank you so much, man. And don't be a stranger. Join us next time.
You got it. Keep up.
All right. Thank you. Hey, look at that, man. Always fun. And single rider.
Who's next?
Yeah, anyone else want to join us with a little bit of a chatty chat? Talk to us about their favorite underrated Disney must-do. I have to say, there are so many great theme parks in the United States and around the world, and Jeff, we spend a lot of time talking about Disney, but we do have a lot of mad respect for Universal, and we've got mad respect for Six Flags, and it's a smaller kind of situation,
Hey,
But-
I grew up going to amusement parks, not theme parks. So I have lots of love for like Cedar Point and Kings Island and all that stuff. And it's sad that plenty of those places have closed.
Mm-hmm. Kristen recently went to Dollywood and Legoland. So
Yes, I did.
Legoland.
Legoland.
She went to Legoland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hear
went-
that's a quick visit.
Yeah,
I
it's
went
not
to-
an all-day park.
Oh no, we did. We spent the whole day at Legoland. But
Oh.
see, Legoland also has like a water park area, so we did that as well. And
okay.
See, I used this to my advantage with Con because he was like, he doesn't like to try new things, and so we went to Legoland. And I told him, I was like, look, I went to Legoland, so you owe me, okay? I was like, I don't like Legos, but I went and I tried Legoland. So now you have to try guacamole.
Wait a second.
That is
Who
how I
doesn't
got-
like Legos? I mean, Legos are the most awesome thing in the world.
Kristen
Yeah,
does
yeah,
not like
see?
Legos.
Come on.
She's like, who doesn't like Legos? I was like, I don't. I do not like Legos.
Yeah, Kristen is not going to be playing Lego Dimensions. Okay, she's not doing it.
To me, it's overpriced pieces of plastic that somebody just puts together. Like, no, it's
Oh,
ridiculous.
gosh. I have great memories with Legos.
Yeah, Panama Fox says, not if you step on a Lego. I'd agree.
Oh, yeah, that does hurt. Yeah.
I agree with that. Yes, you don't want Kristen stepping on anything because I tell you, she'll break her toe on that Lego for sure. I tell you what, it's time to wrap up the show. Thank you for joining us in the chat room. We do appreciate that. I would encourage more of you all to join us in Blab and to also tell all of your friends about WDW After Dark. Don't forget, archive shows available on our YouTube channel. So please like and subscribe our show on YouTube at WDW After Dark. Also, Facebook at WDW After Dark webcast, Twitter at WDW After Dark, and you can download the podcast. Download it, make it easy, subscribe to it on iTunes or Stitcher Radio, TuneIn app as well. There's so many great ways for you to get your WDW After Dark fix. We're going to have so many links in the show notes so that you can get your Disney on and purchase the various books from Kristen and Tony and get your DVD going as well so you can pick up Aladdin, the Platinum Diamond Edition as well. So, having said that, Jeff, where can people find you?
Well, for the time being, right here. That's about it.
On Twitter or Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, on Twitter, you can find me at DW_60, which is along with the show itself. Normally, you'd hear me on Thursday mornings at Sorcerer Radio for the show. Unfortunately, that is on hold until I get a brand new computer, which is probably going to be Black Friday this year. Black Friday shopping for me.
So no, like 2 months of no Jeff.
Yeah, so
Well,
about 2 months of no Jeff. Yeah.
How about
Yeah.
I propose this? How about we do press row on WDW After Dark, and we'll do a quick press row, and I'll make it available on Sorcerer Radio, and then we can do the rest of the show for WDW After Dark. How about that? Does that make sense?
I think we could probably do something like that.
Can we do that?
We'll
Do
think
something
of-
like we did like
we'll think of
2
something.
weeks ago. We'll figure something out, right?
Yeah.
You can do a live update on WDW or DW60 on Blab and do your show. So
Yeah. But like I said, Twitter at DW_60, also at Jeff Davis _75, and hopefully a full show will be back after Thanksgiving.
all right,
Over on Sorcerer Radio. So
That
just be
sounds-
patient with me. I'll do what I can when I can. So
that sounds good. Kristen, where can people find you?
Well, when I'm not invisible on the screen, like earlier this evening, you can find me at diningatdisney.com. It's Dining at Disney on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, and Pinterest. On YouTube, it is the Dining at Disney, and there you can watch the Dining at Disney podcast that I do bi-weekly, pretty much twice a month, with Jay Braden from the Disney podcast. And so
We didn't even touch the whole weird thing about scalping dining reservations. We're going to have to get to that next week.
Well, it can't happen anymore.
Why is that? Did they shut it down?
Yeah, we shut down.
Oh, wow. Good for them. Good for them. You can find me at Jedi Mouseketeer, and you can also find me at JediMouseketeer.com. Chris and I also host our Sorcerer Radio show, WDW Tiki Room, a show about all things Disney. We are working on getting a lot of great guests for different Comic-Cons that are out there. We've got voiceover artists that have voiced Luke Skywalker, Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy, as well as a special musical artist that is performing during the Food and Wine Festival there at Epcot. That will go unannounced until we can confirm her. So hopefully that'll be sooner than later. But you'll find that all at www.tikiroom.com. So thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We appreciate it. And in the meantime, don't forget, things are better after dark. We'll see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in to our webcast. Take care, everybody.
Is here.
Next stage, next grade, next wave.
The new Sorcerer Radio app version 4.0.
Take your favorite Disney park music and SR shows with you everywhere you go.
The new Sorcerer Radio app version 4.0.
There's a lot of satisfaction in developing ideas into realities.
We went back to the drawing board with an all-new design and features that you've been asking for.
To infinity and beyond!
All new design, daily schedule page, Sorcerer Radio Disney News page, keep on screen, sleep timer, screen lock display, Bluetooth display, visual buffer, iOS 8 compatible, iPad compatible, optimized for the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, coming soon to Android.
And the best part, it's free.
Download.
The new Sorcerer Radio app version 4.0.
Download it for free.
Thank you for traveling with us.
All Disney music all day long, Sorcerer Radio, srsounds.com.
Crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at WeebyGeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?